Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. So today we're going to be talking about the beautiful, glorious full moon in Pisces. And so this is happening on or around the 20th of September 2021, depending on where you are in the world. And this is really exciting because I'm recording this video with the intention of doing it as an instant premiere. So we're all going to get to watch this together. So welcome to everybody who is watching it for the first time with me right now. For those of you who tune in later, there will be timestamps for the reading portion. We talk about the energies first, and then we talk about the reading later. I had the opportunity to do the instant premiere when my video came out on the Chosen 144 channel, and it was so much fun to be able to watch it alongside everybody else. It's such a great idea that I see a lot of people doing now. And so I am looking forward to being able to do that with you guys for this video. So full moon in Pisces, really beautiful, powerful spiritual energies. I'm feeling this very much as a spiritual reset. And it's really a preparatory energy as we move into the intensity of the 1010 portal. And that video will be coming out, I don't know, sometime soon. I'm also going to be doing a video for the Chosen 144 channel with Pete for the 1010 portal, and so that will be available to view on his channel. I'm not sure when that's coming out. We're going to be recording that later on. I think it's like next week or something like that. But yeah, powerful energies that we're moving into for that. So this full moon in Pisces is really preparing us for these energies. It's giving us that reset. It's really continuing with that Virgo season theme of purification, that 9/9 theme of purification. It's like that final wash clean in a sense. And it's really bringing us more deeply into alignment with our soul. And that's, of course, the energy. I say, of course, we haven't talked about it yet, really. But that's the energy that I'm really feeling for the 1010 portal, is this initiation energy and this energy of merging more deeply with our higher selves, with our souls. So we're getting sort of the precursor to that energy with this full moon in Pisces. We have the moon who has just passed through a conjunction with Neptune and Pallas. And we've talked about this in multiple videos, this energy as planets have come into opposition with Neptune and Pallas, and how that energy with Neptune in retrograde has really revealed some things to us. And so now we have the moon conjuncting this energy, really pushing it into overdrive, as the moon is very similar to the Pisces energy, right? It's very dreamy. It's very much about the unconscious. It's about the soul. So we're really getting that supercharged soul energy. But it's revealing something deeper. It's revealing a deeper calling and yearning within our souls, a deeper truth within our souls. And we have this energy opposing the sun in Virgo, in the final degrees of Virgo, right? And also Mars in Libra. So this is interesting because with Mars having just entered the sign of Libra, it's not a conjunction anymore between the sun and Mars. We had that earlier in the week. But it is what we would call, astrologers would call, an inconjunct. And so it's not, the opposition isn't as powerful, the conjunction isn't as powerful because the sun and Mars are in different signs, right? The sun still being in Virgo, Mars just having moved into Libra. But it's still, we're feeling that activating energy. We're feeling that energy of the sun and Mars still opposing this moon energy, which is still within the reaches and the tendrils of Neptune. I think, was I saying Neptune and Pallas, or was I saying Pisces and Pallas? I can't remember, but you guys knew what I was saying, what I was talking about. Even if Mercury retrograde, we're going to blame everything, all of the verbal communicative stuff, we're going to blame on Mercury retrograde right now, which we are in the shadow of. And the video for that will be coming out soon as well. But yeah, we still feel the energy of it. So it's the Sun-Mars energy, which is very much that energy of consciousness, the energy of the self, in some ways the energy of ego, the energy of who we know ourselves to be, what we know ourselves to want, right? And so we're getting this purification of this energy with this opposition to the moon and Neptune here. It's a purification of our intentions, of our motivations. It's really helping us. Remember, Neptune is often known as or referred to as the great dissolver. So we're dissolving a level of our ego identity that is no longer useful as we merge more deeply with our soul identity, with our true identity, right? With our higher selves. So something is being asked to be dissolved, to be released, to be let go, so that we can step more deeply into our soul's truth. And that soul's truth is being revealed to us more powerfully during this full moon in Pisces. So we have this dissolution energy. We also have this activation energy. And like we said, we're really looking at our motives, our intentions. Are our dreams and desires in spirit, in alignment with our spiritual truth, with the truth that's being revealed to us more and more? Are we in integrity with that? What are the true motivations behind our actions? Are they benefiting the greater whole, or are they simply benefiting the self? Right? So this is a big energy where we're looking at that choice that we all get to make between service to self and service to others, between fear and love. Right? Because service to self a lot of times comes out of fear. There is not enough for me. I need to have more. I need to be better than. Right? And love knows that we have absolutely everything we need. We're in that place of overflow and abundance, and we're naturally radiating that out to the world, and we're knowing that there's enough to go around. We're knowing that we don't have to fight for our survival anymore, right? That we are divinely protected and guided. And so where are we in that spectrum? Where are our actions, right? Are they centered in a place of selfishness, or are they centered in a place of selflessness? And understanding that selflessness doesn't mean thinking less of the self. It just means thinking of the self less. And so what does that mean, right? That means that okay, how do I want to say this? It means that our actions are motivated by the highest good for ourselves and others, right? It means that we think about the greater whole as well as our own individual self when we make decisions. That doesn't mean we make decisions that are out of integrity. That doesn't mean that we put ourselves in a compromised position, right? It doesn't mean that we serve others from a cup that is not full. That's not what being selfless means. It's that energy of desiring good and betterment for all, and working and moving toward that good of betterment for all. Understanding that we are part of that all, right? So we're still caring for the self when we have this energy of selflessness, but it's also about seeing beyond the self, which is very much the Pisces energy, right? Pisces understands that there truly is no self and there is no other. We are all unified. Pisces energy gets that and acts from that place. Right? So that's the energy, that energy of true heart-centered service versus this energy of just me all the time, right? What is best for me? What's going to bring me more power? What's going to bring me more money? What's going to bring me more prestige? What's going to make me happier and satisfy like my basic yearnings and my primal desires, right? That's kind of that selfish energy. Because we learn, remember, on this channel we talk all the time about being constructively selfish, which just means putting ourselves first, knowing that we deserve a seat at our own table kind of energy, right? It reminds me of like the, and this is totally a stereotype, but I have Italian in me, so I can, I'll say it. I definitely don't relate to this aspect of Italian energy or Italian woman energy, right? But it's just an example that's coming to mind. You have like the beautiful Italian wife or mother who loves to cook for everyone, and the family all comes together and they have a huge feast. But she never sits down and eats. She's always serving everybody and making sure everybody else is good, making sure everybody else has what they need and they've eaten enough, right? That's the energy. That's the example that's coming to mind when we're talking about this energy. Like, you deserve a seat at your own table. And so, but we can also say, where does that energy come from? In that stereotypical example that Spirit just gave me to share, where does that energy come from? It comes from a heart-centered place of love still, right? But still, we can learn how to sit down and eat at our own table. And so I hope that clarified a little bit of those energies and those two paths and what those two paths are, right? Because we understand that when there is no self and there is no other, really either path kind of leads the same way, but there's an energy underneath it, right? There's an energy underneath it, and that energy leads in two different directions. So, like, I understand that when I heal myself, I heal others, right? I heal for the other as well. I understand when I help myself, I help others. But I'm doing it from that heart-centered place as opposed to this place of greed and this lower vibratory place, right? This place of fear. This place that does not care for the well-being of anyone except for the self. That's the service to self energy. That's sort of the vibration of that energy versus the service to others energy. So where we are on that spectrum, to put that long-winded sort of tangent there to rest, we're going to be seeing that more clearly. We're going to be examining that, and we're going to be aligning ourselves more powerfully with the path that we want to move down. And as we said, aligning ourselves more powerfully with our soul. The song of the soul is really going to want to be sung. And so when we are dealing with a full moon, it's that energy of releasing as well. What is it that we can release that we're seeing that stands in the way of us being able to align more powerfully with our soul? What aspects of us are ready to be let go? Remember that ego identity construct. What aspects of how I perceive and who I perceive myself to be are ready to be shed so I can step more deeply into who I truly am and really radiate that out into the world with my intentions, with my actions, with my words. So really, really powerful, powerful energies that we are working with here. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? It's really also about seeing this beautiful kaleidoscope that is the collective, right? And seeing where we fit into that. Where do we fit into this beautiful tapestry of life, right? Where does our beautiful, unique soul song meld and blend with the other songs to create a beautiful harmony? Where are we most needed? Where are we most wanted? Actually, that's a good distinction right there. Understanding where we're most needed versus where we're most wanted. Because we may be wanted a lot of places, but where are we most needed? Right? And where do we feel we need to be? Where does our soul need us to be? That above all else. And this is something that I forgot to mention when I did the Libra season video. And this is this understanding that we're also coming to when it comes to service. Remember, there's a lot of energies. That's why we got a little bit convoluted there, trying to talk about the difference between service to self and service to others. We're really understanding the balance here, how to hold this balance, how to hold this harmony. As things continue to shift, those of us who are the light bearers, who are the way showers, we are going to be sought out more and more. People are going to be desiring our light. They're going to be desiring our energy. They're going to be desiring our assistance and our guidance. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. However, remember, we want to teach them how to access their own light, as opposed to allowing them to feed off of ours. Because in the past, that's what light workers, light bearers, that's what we did. We allowed other people to feed off of our energy, right? And we're not doing that anymore. We're teaching them how to connect to their own soul essence, how to connect to source so that they can feed themselves. All right? It's very much that energy of feed a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. That's the energy that we're being asked to cultivate when it comes to service. Right? And we can't be everything to everyone. That's something that this Libra energy is teaching us. That's something that this Pisces energy, which is all about that sacrifice energy in some of its expressions, is teaching us. We can't be everything to everybody. We cannot save the world, right? We didn't come here to save the world. We came to heal ourselves. We came to be the light. We came to show the way through doing, through example. But we're not here to save anybody. That may be a natural byproduct that happens as people start stepping into their own power and they start asking questions. They want to know what we did, and we can teach them, we can show them, we can guide them. However, we have to keep that balance within ourselves, and we have to know how to not stretch ourselves too thin, right? And so this is really, really important to know this, to keep that balance, to learn how to put the self first, knowing that putting the self first is truly selfless. Because we cannot help anybody else if we can't help ourselves. right? We can't pour from that empty cup like we talk about all the time. So it's knowing that and understanding that the service we do for the collective is far greater when we take care of the self first. And so really balancing that, balancing our needs with the needs of others as they continue to be more and more drawn to our light and our energy as they begin awakening. All right? So that was definitely an energy that I meant to go over before that I'm glad that I remembered to go over now. We also have a loose grand air trine between Mars, the North Node, and Saturn. So this is really helping to bring in those fresh new ideas, those fresh perspectives, helping us to see and to illustrate that path forward, where it is that we're moving, what energy we're moving into, also what energy we are ready to release. Remember, Saturn is lessons, it's karma, it's duty. And so really seeing and understanding those lessons, taking that, extracting that wisdom, and applying that as we move forward. Yeah. All right, let's get into the reading here. What do we want to pull first? Ooh, I'm feeling some Divine Feminine Oracle, so we're going to pull some Divine Feminine Oracle cards first. Clear. Guidance for this full moon in Pisces from the Divine Feminine Oracle. Remember, this is a very mystical moon. We have the moon being ruled by Neptune. We have, so with Neptune in retrograde, right, it is that peeling back of illusion, like we were saying, those revelations, but it's also that mystical energy. It's that energy, that very ethereal energy. The veil will be very thin, so communication will be heightened. Intuition, psychic senses and abilities, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, all the clairs, all the things will be heightened during this full moon. So really play with that, tap into that, enjoy that. We will be doing the full moon manifesting and consciousness raising ceremony as well on the 20th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to join that, the information is in the description box below. I am very excited. My friend Gigi will be joining us and she will be doing the directions, and not sure if anything else at this point, but it's ever unfolding. So we'll see when we get there, but it should be really fun. We'll be talking more about the energies. We'll be doing some downloads and some releases. We'll be doing a burning ceremony. It's a really fun time. If you guys, some of you, it looks like, did watch the full moon ceremony for last month, which I did as a live on YouTube. So you can get sort of a feel for what those are like if you want to join. Like I said, the information on how to do so is in the description box below. It is returning to a live Zoom event for this month. All right, what guidance from the Divine Feminine? We have White Buffalo Calf Woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. So really tapping into that heart energy, right? This is a water, Pisces is a water sign. We've got that beautiful water energy, that beautiful Divine Feminine energy, which is why we pulled from the Divine Feminine Oracle. So tapping into our heart, using our hearts to guide us. My heart is a compass. Your heart will guide you. Listen to your heart, and you, like, tuning into your heart is essentially the same as tuning into your soul, right? Your heart will guide you to your soul. So really live from that heart center. Operate from that heart center. This also, the White Buffalo Calf Woman, this energy also reminds me of divine justice. And it's really interesting. I believe the White Buffalo Calf Woman came up in the Libra season video that we just did as well. By the time this premieres, I guess it was done a couple days ago. But yeah, the White Buffalo Calf Woman came out there too. And then we have Joan of Arc, the Warrior of Light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. All right, so this is powerful. My ears are ringing as I'm holding up this card right now. The angels armor me with conviction. All right, so this is very much, this is that heart-centered path of the warrior, right? The spiritual warrior. We lead with our hearts. We guide with our hearts, but we maintain that conviction. We maintain that, we maintain that conviction. We maintain that faith in our path, in our purpose, in spirit, right? We are armed. We are wearing the armor of the soul. All right, we don't fear. We've stepped out of fear. We stepped fully into love. Fear and love cannot coexist. They cannot coexist. It's this understanding, and this is going to get intense for a minute here, you guys, but it's that understanding, right, that we do not fear death because it is not real. We are energy. We transform, right, from one form to another. We transition. That is all that it is. It is not real, right? Once we can understand that, we have nothing left to fear in this mortal world, right? Because we know that we are so much bigger than what we see. We are here. This is the way that I look at it. All right, I understand. I am here for a purpose, right? As long as I am fulfilling my purpose, and as long as I am needed, the angels have my back, right? I wear that spiritual armor, and that protects me. And I will be here as long as I'm meant to be, not a moment longer and not a moment shorter. So I don't have to spend every day worrying about like whether I'm going to be okay. I don't have to spend every second worrying about that. I don't have to fear what's going to happen to me. Once you remove the fear of death, there's very little else left to be afraid of, right? Because what is that really? We're not afraid of dying. We're afraid of ceasing to exist. And we can never cease to exist. It is an impossibility. All right? So knowing that recognition, and when we truly integrate that into the heart, that's when we become truly fearless. And that's when we become truly powerful. Right? Unstoppable. So it's knowing that and internalizing that. Knowing that we are here for the length of time we were meant to be. We're here doing what we came to do. All right? We don't have to worry about anything else. And we do it from love. We do it from that beautiful open heart space, right? We make our decisions from love. We allow that to guide us, right? Fierce, powerful, passionate love. Passionate love for this planet, for this galaxy, for our place in it as sovereign beings. And true abundance just naturally unfolds from that. All right. So this is that time, right, where this is that. And so this is some of those energies that may be coming up for people where we're noticing, where is it that I lack faith and trust in myself or the universe, right? And releasing that energy. Identifying that and releasing that so that we can step more deeply into faith, into trust, into conviction, right? Stand your ground, speak your truth, live your truth. That's what we came here to do. It's that simple. That's it. All right? Speak and live your truth. Walk your talk. Be that example. Know that you are guided and you are protected. Anything else from the divine? Ooh, I like this on the bottom of the deck. We have Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. We are all sacred mirrors. So pay attention. What are the sacred mirrors surrounding you reflecting back to you? And we are all the same light, right? It was something, part of my channelings for the 1010 portal. It said something like, oh, is it going to come to me right now? Something about how our darkness is just an aspect of ourselves that we've been unwilling to shed light upon. Right? It's all light. It's all light. I want to read this actually from the book, The Goddess of Light here. If I can remember how to work with this book here. Yes, here we go. I don't know why. It's actually laid out pretty well. I don't know why I had such trouble with it. I think I just didn't see the glossary when I first got this. All right, so this says, Amaterasu embodies the levity that brings us out of the darkness and shows us the beauty of our own light. Amaterasu is the most powerful deity in the Shinto religion. She's the solar goddess of Japanese mythology. Her name means shining in heaven. The oldest legends of Amaterasu date back to the 8th century and come from the Kojiki, or the Japanese record of ancient matters. In Shinto, kami are spirits or deities. And the most well-known story of the kami in Shinto is when Amaterasu got in a fight with her brother, Susanoo, god of the storms and the sea. His violence made Amaterasu so upset and angry she retreated into a cave, leaving the world in darkness. The kami of merriment placed a mirror outside of her cave and laughed so much Amaterasu became curious. She peeked outside the cave and saw a beautiful goddess, a stunning vision of the dawn. She was in awe of it, not realizing it was her own reflection. Surrounded by laughter, Amaterasu's anger and depression lifted, and she agreed to leave the cave, bringing her light with her back into the world. When your soul selects her card, the cave is so crucial. Drawing inward, hiding our light to restore ourselves and to heal from something or someone that felt too intense or aggressive. When we hide our light, though, we aren't the only ones left in the dark. We take our light from the ones who love us as well. The beauty of Amaterasu is that she emerges from the cave out of curiosity, attracted to someone else's joy. That's when she meets with the dawn of her own reflection. She doesn't truly see herself in the beauty of her light until she's drawn out of herself. Amaterasu sees her own light once she becomes curious about seeing the light that's around her in the levity and laughter of the other deities. This is the answer. If we've been too long in retreat, if we've been hiding our light not out of self-love and a soulful need for restoration, but out of a reaction to someone else's pain, then we draw ourselves out by focusing on the joy of others. Seeing their light allows us to see our own, and this is why it's so important to shine your light. And sometimes even the solar goddess needs to be inspired or reminded of why she shines so brightly. Not just for the sake of her own reflection, but also for all those beloved beings that need her rays of light to remember their own. Sometimes we need the sight of the faces we brighten in order to remember why we are so devoted to finding our way back into the light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So that's really powerful. That's really powerful. So this is why it's so important to be the light, right? To shine your light, to see and recognize that light in others, right? Namaste. Because we are liberating so many others when we shine our light. So if you have been hiding in the cave, it's safe to come out. Remember, you are armored in love, right? You are armored with conviction. You are powerful beyond measure. You are so protected. So incredibly protected and loved. All right. And then we have Dakini under that, the enlightened feminine. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. So really, like we said, our psychic senses, our intuition is going to be off the charts during this full moon. So trust it. I mean, this comes up in every single reading. It's so crucial, this trusting our own wisdom, right? All right. We'll go with some Queen of the Moon oracles. This is a moon reading after all. Sticking with this beautiful feminine energy as well. Clear. Let's get some guidance for this full moon in Pisces. What does Spirit want us to know? What messages does Spirit have to share? Full moon in Pisces. And that's beautiful. That's the balance of the opposition, right? We have the white buffalo calf woman, which is like the moon Pisces energy. And then we have Joan of Arc, which is like that beautiful Mars sun energy. I love it. All right. Full moon in Pisces. We have surrender, right? So this is that energy of allowing the illusions to be dispersed, right? The dissolving energy, allowing these aspects of you that are no longer relevant, that are no longer the truth of who you are, to be dissolved. Surrender, let go. Then we have extremes coming up, the hot moon. Ooh. Surrender the extremes, right? Remember, We have Mars in Libra. We're entering Libra season right after this full moon. So surrender these extremes. Allow yourself to come back into harmony. But see and understand what these extremes taught you. Right? What did the contrast teach you? Because it is a great teacher. This is also like that black and white thinking. If we found ourselves stuck in that black and white thinking, we've definitely seen what happens when that occurs, right? Look at the collective energy right now. Right? That's black and white thinking, that polarized thinking. Surrender that. Release that. Let that go. Libra energy, right? As we move into Libra season after this full moon is all about living in that gray area, understanding the gray area of life. Ooh, and then we have power. Okay, guys. Power and protection. All right, when we're not just talking, you are supremely protected. Spirit wants everybody watching this right now to know how protected you are. Okay? You are absolutely protected. And this is like, as we are stepping more deeply into our power, it is so necessary for this protection, and Spirit understands that. It's almost like, and this is where that cave analogy comes into, it's almost like we had to pull ourselves back for a time, and Spirit really shielded our energy in a sense in order for us to be in this womb of protection, right? In this basket, in this nest. Because while our light was growing, we needed that. But now it's time for us to step out of the nest, knowing that we are still protected, right? Because we've learned how to protect ourselves. We've learned how to call upon that energy. We have stepped more deeply into our power, and we understand that we have complete control of what energies have access to us and which ones do not. Of where we fall, of what energies we allow in our reality. We have complete control over our thoughts, right? Over our bodies, over our spirits. And what we allow to and actually we don't allow anything to infiltrate, right? Because infiltrate is a word that sort of denotes like sneakiness. And nothing's sneaking in. We continue to call upon that protection from Spirit, right? But we step forward more powerfully than before. So this full moon is really us like getting this final level of healing. This big push of healing that then allows us to begin to emerge from the cave. And then we have Will on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. And it's like I almost felt like with this Will card too, or this Will card. Did I call it a Will card? That's interesting. It's like protect me from my own will, right? Anywhere where my will is motivated by illusion, right? Anywhere where my will is, it's sort of like, you notice how she's wearing a mask here? Protect me from my will and align me more deeply with the divine will of the divine. Then we have self-reflection here. Yeah, so there's a lot of that reflective energy that's going to be going on during this full moon in Pisces. Really sit with yourself. Maybe even, I'm getting scrying might be helpful for people. That's where you look into water or you look into a reflective surface and you kind of just let your eyes zone out. You get meditative and you perhaps see things. Things are revealed. Yeah. Just really harnessing that power of self-reflection, because there's a lot of, it's like illusions upon illusions that we're seeing for what they are, and we're then able to release all the different aspects. Look at all the aspects of her reflected there. Which aspect is truly me? Are any of these? Right? Are any of these reflections who I truly am? It's sort of like I got this vision of when you take a shower, right? and the mirror steams up and everything, and then you wipe the steam away from the mirror so that you can see your reflection. That's kind of what it feels like somewhere in our lives where we've been in that foggy, in that steamy room, all of a sudden, like we wipe away the condensation, and we're able to truly see. And so don't be afraid to look. Don't be afraid of what's revealed to you. Don't be afraid of your own power. Okay. So many of us, it's not our darkness that we fear, it's our light. Don't fear your light. Embrace your light. And notice anywhere where you've shied away from your light, where you've shied away from your power, where you've shied away from your truth. Yeah. Anything else? Nourishment. Yes. So that nourishment, that spiritual nourishment, it's like that mother's milk, right? That's what it feels like, this beautiful nectar of nourishment that we're receiving as well. It's like all of these illusions are being peeled away, and we're aligning, we're seeing our true motivations and intentions, or we're being given that opportunity so that we can step more in alignment with our souls. But it's not a jarring energy. This is a beautiful, gentle energy that we're experiencing. Yeah. This is a beautiful, gentle energy that we're experiencing. Yeah, I want to pull a couple In2it oracles to clarify here. Clear. I just want to pull them and see what we got. We're looking at this. I'm thinking about this extremes, this contrast energy right here with the surrender. But we'll see. What have we got here, Spirit? What do you need us to know? Got the white wolf coming out. And that's so funny, too, because the reading we just did for Libra season had the wolf energy, the wolf tribe. So it's interesting that the wolf's coming out again. This is like really trusting and believing in yourself, your power, your instincts. That's what some of these extremes, these intense situations that we've been encountering, the whole reason for them has been to bring us deeper into our power, to help us realize and understand the resilience and the stamina that we possess, how intensely powerful we are. Right, to really build our confidence. Because when you've navigated a tough and trying situation, you come out that much stronger, and you feel that much more confident in your ability to handle whatever it is that I wanted to say that life throws your way, but we know we create it all, right? But you guys get what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Surrender to the guidance as well, to the guidance that's coming in for you. It's like some people have been fighting the guidance that they're receiving because they don't think they're worthy, because you don't think you're ready, possibly because there's just something that you don't want to do that you're being guided to do, maybe, I don't know. So stop fighting that as well. All right, so we have Mars coming out. Got that Mars energy. Right, then we have the stork. And we have the stepping stones. Interesting. Yeah, so this upheaval, this upheaval is catalyzing a transformation. It's a stepping stone to something bigger, right? This is a process of growth and renewal, being instigated by these extremes, by this intensity, right? Yeah, this is the Tower. That represents the Tower. All right, in the traditional tarot. So these challenging circumstances, right? These sudden changes, the chaos that is calling you to step more deeply into your confidence and your power so that you can experience this renewal, this transformation, this rebirth. Yeah. So keep moving forward. Keep knowing and understanding that everything that you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for, right? We talk about that all the time. There's also a lot of like raw sexual energy that's coming through here too. Yeah, definitely a lot of that energy. Yeah, a lot of primal energy coming through. So use that, channel that. Even if there's aggression and rage coming through, right? Channel that, use that. Channel that in a productive manner, of course, right? In an appropriate manner. Use that as fuel to keep you moving forward. And then we have the Mountain. This is those barriers. This is those things that pop up in our path that seem to, those obstacles that we need to learn how to see as opportunities, right? That are helping us to build our resilience and our perseverance, our tenacity. Your perceived obstacles are actually, they're much more productive than you think. It's switching your perception. And remember, as we're moving toward Mercury retrograde too, this is a big theme, right? This has been a big theme of 2021 in general. Switching our perception, upgrading our mental state, really reworking our belief systems and the way that our minds work, our mental processing, our perception. Yeah. Even though there may be obstacles and challenges in your path, understand that you are still on target. You are actually much more aligned than you think you are. And some of those obstacles are coming to keep you in alignment, or to teach you how to remain in alignment, or to teach you how to be more precise, how to be more resilient, how to step more deeply into your power. That's what it's all about. And then this is beautiful final advice on the bottom of the deck here. We have the Hummingbird. Presence. Once again, we have resilience coming up. So that's a big word right now. Lightness of being, right? Enjoying the moment. Knowing that like a fine wine, everything develops over time. This is a marathon, not a race. All right? So when these obstacles do present themselves, understand, look for the opportunity. Why is this here? What is this teaching me? How can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? Right. And use your intuition to guide you on where do I go from here. Okay, you guys, I think we're going to wrap that up for the full moon in Pisces. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And of course, if you are watching this on the live premiere stream, there are also super chat options if you feel like donating. Donations are always appreciated as they do help to support the channel as we continue to grow. I love you guys. You are amazing. This full moon is going to be so powerful. So really, I hope some of you do join us for the full moon releasing and consciousness raising ceremony. Do your own ceremony, whatever feels right. Don't do a ceremony if that doesn't feel right. Just go dance naked under the moon, or Sometimes I don't even do anything for the full moon specifically. Now that I do these ceremonies with you guys, I do that. But sometimes I just let the energy do its thing. Right. It's a very organic process. We don't always have to be doing something, right? That's what we're learning as we move more into our feminine, is it's not always about doing something. Sometimes it's just about being and allowing everything to unfold, allowing things to naturally happen the way that they do. So however you feel like celebrating this full moon, go out and do it and enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep rambling if I keep talking. So I am going to end this video, and I will talk to you all very, very, very soon.